Hello, beautiful soul family. So good to be with you again. Today, I'm continuing with a request that was made by one of my subscribers, one of our family, Cecilia's son, Campbell, 3908. And she had requested information or an understanding of 4,444 and also 7,777. I've already posted the first on the 4,444, and now I'm continuing today with the other request for 7,777. As always, I'm asking you, my soul family, to like and subscribe and share the videos as much as you can. It does help me out. And comment on the videos. I really love reading your feedback. So let us just get into this. The number 7,777 is made up of the number 7, obviously expanded out energetically. 7,707 and 7. Let me say that again. 7,777 energy indicates that your time of hardship is over and you have evolved and entered a new spiritual cycle. Energetically, you have embarked on a new path, which is awesome. The number 7 speaks to spiritual awakening, intuition, and a connection to the divine. Expansion also of financial and economic resources. Aspects of the number 7's energy is to explore your inner wisdom. And 7 deals with your intuition. You learning to trust your gut feelings and your inner voice. Trust your instincts and embrace new opportunities for spiritual growth. Explore new pathways opening for you. The energies of 7 refers to the collective consciousness. 7's energies expands to fate and spirituality of spiritual awakening and spiritual awareness. Further aspects of 7's energetic frequency are spiritual enlightenment, spiritual acceptance and development, mysticism, intuition, inner knowing, inner wisdom, psychic abilities. And psychic there really means to psyche, to deal with the mind, mental capacities, esoteric awakenings and inner awakening of the inner self, okay? Deep contemplation and introspection. The energies of 7 abound with manifesting and manifestation. Overall, the energy of 7 is about spiritual awakening, intuition, collective consciousness, and divine connection. 7's energetic center. The number 7 is connected with your 7th energetic center in your temple body. It's your crown energetic center. It's located on the top of the head and is associated with spiritual connection, wisdom, and enlightenment. It is the highest of the energetic centers of the temple body. Representing your connection to the divine and higher consciousness. When the 7th energetic center, which is the highest of the energetic centers, is functioning, the vibrational frequency of the 7th center You flow in divine awareness. Let me say that again. I was a little distracted. Okay, the vibrational frequency of the seven energetic center, when that is functioning, you flow in divine awareness, spiritual connected connections, and greater unity with the universe, really, the cosmos. The energy contains attributes of spiritual growth, enlightenment, and an awakening to cosmic Christ consciousness. You know what I'm going to say? It is you functioning at one of the highest levels of your I am Christ consciousness, Elohim self. Psalms 82, you are gods. The word gods there is in plural, Elohims. Yeshua said it in the book of John, I believe, chapter 10. He says to the scribes and Sadducees when they're talking with him, it says, you are Elohims. We come from the greatest of the Elohims, Yahweh. And he says, when you're functioning in that level, this is what is happening when you enter into your seventh energetic center. You begin to tap into that capacity where you know that you actually are the one sitting on the throne, awakened to the capacity of the glories of the divine nature that you flow and operate in. But what happens when that's blocked? When the energy center is blocked, you experience all of these following symptoms I'm going to indicate: headaches and migraines, sleep disturbances, difficulty falling asleep, restlessness or restless sleep, a sense of not generally being able to get rest, a sensitivity to light and sound, a heightened sensitivity to external stimuli, such as bright lights and sounds, like loud noises, also to the environment and weather. General physical discomfort, feelings of being physically off center, experiencing an overall lack of energy, emotional, and then there's the emotional and mental symptoms that also affect us. Okay? Anxiety and fear, and a lack of trust in yourself, difficulty learning, straining with learning new things or engaging with new ideas, having difficulty remembering and taking in information, or engaging in intellectual pursuits. You also have a lack of direction, feeling confused, and a lack of purpose in life. However, see, that's the downside. Because remember, whenever you're seeing the numbers, you have to pay attention to what is going on in your life at that time. Because if you're seeing 7, 7, 7, 7, but you're struggling, you're out of balance, you just can't seem to think clearly or figure out where it is you want to go. That is the negative, unpositive side of this number. So if you're seeing that, then it means that your crown center, energetic center, is blocked. and then you need to do what is necessary to unblock it. But if you're seeing 7777 and you're in this space where you're gelling and melling and being malleable with the energy of positivity that's emanating from the seventh energetic center, then you're in a fabulous place. I can tell you. So let us continue. So let's speak about balancing your seventh energetic center. To balance the seventh energetic center for better flow, and the benefits of the seven energetic center relates to what? Spiritual growth, mental clarity, overall well-being. It promotes a deeper connection to explore spiritual realms. You're not afraid to explore the spiritual realms. You're engaging with the angelic realm. You're engaging with the beings on the other planes and dimensions. It amplifies mental clarity and increases a sense of peace and purpose. So embracing the energy of the seventh of seven in the seven energetic center directs spiritual growth and connections, higher consciousness, a sense of unity with the cosmos, which includes the universe. Everything is in the cosmos. Universe, galaxies, all are in the Milky Way, all are in the cosmos, okay? So spiritual awakening, which opens a deeper understanding of self, your place in the cosmos, okay? You understand, you begin to understand and master where you fit in. Intuition and inner wisdom. You begin to learn how to master your intuition and higher wisdom. You learn how to make decisions aligned with your higher purpose. Mental clarity and focus. Improve focus and concentration. Mental clarity, clear thinking, the ability to have observational, transparent thought processes and processing. In other words, objective thinking, being observational in your thinking. It is mindfulness at one of its most highest levels. It also deals with stress relief. When you're in the seventh energetic center and it's flowing and balance, it promotes inner peace, calmness, and relaxation from stress. And believe you me, stress is a killer. You could check that out for yourself, and you can deduce that in your own life. Having a balanced seven energetic center has other benefits also. Enhance energy flow within the body, optimizing overall vitality. Self-realization. A balance of the seven energetic center assists in the process of self-discovery and understanding of the true higher self. Let me say here that when you begin to flow in this seventh energetic center level, what has always been there but has been veiled becomes open. And you begin to see, you begin to have conversations. And in those conversations and contemplations with the higher self, with Yahweh and the divine realm and counsels, you receive information. Let me give you an example. I myself was in contemplation about something concerning my current environment and what is necessary, looking at the problems in the environment and what are the kingdom solutions. So I was contemplating on this, engaging with the angelic realm. I was actually engaging with Archangel uh, Sachiel and Archangel Michael. It was late at night. And then I subsequently was in bed as this engagement was taking place, and I fell asleep. Early in the morning hours, I had a dream. In the dream, I was handed a can of black beans. And so when I was fully awake the next morning, I'm like, what in cosmic understanding does a can of black bean have to do with what I was asking about? I had a full day of things that I had to do, so I really didn't get to explore it. But when I began to look up metaphorically the meaning of black beans or having a can of black beans, being given a can of black beans, I found that it had to do with resilience because black beans were considered the food of kings because it could travel. It was a trade product, economy, finances. It could travel distances, whether it be by land or sea. Because of its color being black, it was considered uh, to have mystical and components. It was also considered to be transformative. It had everything to do with being resilient, being prepared, and being able to build. In my natural thinking, I would have never thought that about a can of black beans. And I'll never look at black beans the same way again. I always liked them, but my goodness, they have gone to a whole nother level for me. But when you enter into this place of engagement, because you're in the seventh energetic center, the crown, the top of the head, you're engaging because headship deals with leadership and the capacity to lead. Okay? So just being in that energy itself says that you're either operating, remember, as I said, if you're blocked, then you're operating as a very unfruitful person or leader. And if you're operating in the positivity of it, if you're in the energy of greatness, goodness of it, you're having powerful impact for the greater good. That's significant and important. So that was just an example for you. So let's go again that your one of the other things, as I said earlier, enhance energy flow within the body, optimizing overall vitality. Self-realization, again, a balance, the seventh energetic center, assist in the process of self-discovery and understanding of one's true higher self and what your purpose is. When you start to have engagements at this dimension, you are going to be astounded because I certainly am being. Let us continue. Healing and transformation. A balance, again, of the seventh energetic center offers various levels of healing, modalities such as that you can step into to enhance Reiki, crystal healing, yoga, essential oils, affirmations, EFT, emotional freedom technique, and others. Breath work. You all know I love breath work, right? Increase compassion and love, because you're on the spectrum of frequency and vibration. You're in the area of enlightenment. So the seventh energetic energy vibration fosters a deeper sense of compassion and love for both yourself and the collective as a whole. It also enhances the physical well-being. This seventh energy vibration impacts your physical health, promoting a desire for a healthy temple. You know, I can tell you my food taste has changed, and I truly enjoy more. Listen, I am never going to be a vegetarian, but I do enjoy more vegetables and greens and maybe seafood uh, in my I don't want to say diet, because in my lifestyle. And I've really been drawn to the Mediterranean lifestyle right now, way of eating, because it isn't just about the food, it's about the holistic way of living. Okay? And everybody will work that out for themselves. So let's continue. The seventh energetic center and the seventh house astrologically. I said it in the last video of the 4,444. And let me explain here, because understanding where you are vibrationally, energetically is important. If you want to ask yourself the question, okay, let me go here first. The energetic vibration of the seventh house in astrology is important, and it's in every one of us. Every one of us. Every one of us were born on a certain day, in a certain year, at a certain time. And so at that time and point, there's an energetic vibration that's associated with you. I'm not going to go into all of that, but I'm going to give you an overview of it. So the energies of the seventh house, and remember, this is now you being able to engage with the energies of the seventh house astrologically, from being in the crown seventh energetic center. Okay. So the energetic vibration of the seventh house astrologically is important. Why? Because the energy of the seventh house in your life is all about your spiritual connections, partnerships, relationships, contracts, governing how you interact with the collective personally and professionally. The seventh house governs partnerships, one-on-one relationships, contracts, agreements, and the nature of your interactions with others. Are you domineering and aggressive? That's being in the imbalance of it. That's being a poor leader. Or are you a servant leader that empowers others and promotes others in their personal expression? Are you codependent? Are you a follower in your relationships, personal and business? Are you interdependent? working as a team, bringing your gifts openly. Okay? Are you passive aggressive, agreeing on the surface but sabotaging and undermining? Remember, as I said earlier, it depends. You have to decide because every one of us is in a different stage. Are you in the space where you're contending to be right, to be seen? Because that's an imbalance. But when you're balanced, you're not contending with anybody because you actually understand there's nobody that you're competing with. Because just as your fingerprint is distinctive, so is your purpose. And so you don't have to compete. Truly, what is for you, you will receive once you're open to receiving it. Nobody can block you except you. Nobody can promote you and move you forward except you. You have to decide. Let us continue with the seventh energetic crown center and the seventh house. As your spiritual awakening in the seventh energetic center expands, it affects your relationships or your relational dynamics, how you seek to um, or how you seek out connections and interactions. What kind of values do you place on your relationships? How do you determine what relationships are important? How are you setting the boundaries in those relationships? Because if you're in that codependent space, you're sabotaging yourself and you're compromising. That's operating from a blocked center in the seven energetic space. But if you're free from the opinions of people, you're able to flow differently and you're not competing with anybody. It's very freeing. It also deals with, in the seventh house, it deals with marriage and business. This energy, when flowing through the wisdom of the seventh crown energetic center, reflects your approach to marriage. Are you faithful and supportive and affectionate and loving, or are you manipulating, controlling, domineering? Business partnerships. Are you functioning with integrity? Are you a kingdom entrepreneur that treats your employees and your vendors with respect? Because how you treat people is how you treat yourself. Are you faithful in your legal commitments and contracts? Balance. The energy of the seventh house is one of being in harmony and being well balanced. This energy supports healthy and fulfilling partnerships and relationships. Again, an imbalance in the seventh house leads to conflicts, unhealthy relationship patterns, and so forth. So overall, the energetic center, crown center, when flowing with the energy of the seventh house, they complement each other. Your spiritual understanding has expanded and your awareness has expanded, and it influences your relationships on every level. And this is why it's important to know if you're in the right flow. Let's continue. So the energy of the seven vibrational Hebraically. The number seven energy in Hebrew is called Zayin, meaning a sword. And this is interesting because you remember scripture tells us that the word is a two-edged sword, cutting bone and marrow asunder. In other words, it cuts to the core. Okay? Zayin, the energy. It is the symbol of the spirit, sustenance, and struggle. Remember, I spoke about struggle earlier? It represents the Sabbath, the seventh day. It's a day of rest and renewal spiritually. Embodied in this seventh energy is the 6 days of creation. Those are the days that you do your work. Okay? But are you working energetically? Are you working as a hustler? Are you working smart? I believe we're in a space today, currently, where we must be working energetically. And this is why we need to understand the astrological connections. This is why I began to do the energy updates. This energy also has to do with the 6 directions of physical reality. This is about creation. This is about manifestation. This is about building. This is about being an architect of your life. The energy of the seventh Hebraically harnesses the energy of the spirit, which activates the physical. When you learn to master this energy by aligning with wisdom, understanding, and intuition from the 7 crown energetic center, Zayin's energy is the source of all movement. Do you hear me? Embedded in Zayin's 7 energy is the capacity of impregnating the principle which activates the creation field of every possibility, quantum field. Oh, okay. So struggle, let's go back to struggle. The energetic struggle of Zayin, Hebraically. Zayin's energy, as I said, is about movement. If the it's the struggle between opposites for existence, for sustenance. Let me give you an example. When Jacob struggled with the angel, they fought all night, but Jacob refused to let go. But while he was struggling, he had to face his fears, his regrets, his mistakes. He had to face them. He had to not quit in the process of becoming this divine person flowing from his 7-crowned energetic center. He had to surrender, doing it his way, and flow by divine intuition and guidance. When he did, he embraced the 7-crown energetic center energies and stepped into divine connection and expansion, becoming what? A new creation. Because when daybreak came, hallelujah, he became no longer Jacob, which was a deceiver. He became Israel, which was the perfection of his higher self and Christ consciousness, I am self, because Christ was from the foundation of the world. The number 7, let's continue on. Let's deal now with 7-7. in the 7777. What we see here is a doubling of the energetic energy of the 7, expanding its energy. The number 77 represents profound spiritual awakening and development. Within 7 energetic vibrational frequency is the energy of spiritual awareness, encouraging you on the path of spiritual awakening. As you engage with the 7 energy, you open and embark on a profound period of spiritual awakening. Courage for deep self-reflection. We just talked about it with Jacob. The energy of trust, your intuition to guide you in your life purpose. You're connected to divine guidance. This energy is directing you to let go of the past. Focus on your future and the desired outcome. Focus on spiritual enlightenment and awakening. Meditation for direction. The energy of 7 is asking you to take calculated risks by engaging with the divine realm through your higher Christ consciousness self and your angelic guides and beings to take the right opportunities. Trust your decisions. As we expand out to 777, 777, as you move through the frequency of 7,777, you engage with 777 vibration. The 777 vibration indicates that you have listened to the divine guidance. You're now putting the wisdom to work in your life. All of your personal growth and inner wisdom in the 7th crown energetic center is now paying off. Financial opportunities are presenting themselves. And remember to stay in integrity in your relationships in business, both personal and professional. 7th house, okay? So finally, we come back to the energies of 7,777. So we can see the energetic frequency flowing through 7,777 is about spiritual awakening, propelling you to embrace personal growth, trusting your intuition, and aligning your life to walk in your divine higher purpose. It is a sign to be bold and step outside your comfort zone and take calculated due diligence risk to seize new opportunities. Embodied in the 7777 frequency is a person who has mastered loving relationships, not needing to control others, but walk in unconditional love. A person who walks in divine integrity in their personal and business relationships. Essentially, the energetic power of 7777 is that you have entered a profound spiritual awakening. The divine invitation to delve deeper into your spiritual practice. Explore new, expansive philosophies, knowledge, mental clarity that allows you to flow into your ultimate divine purpose, impacting not only your life, but those of the divine collective. I want to thank you, Cecilia, for asking for that to be made. I hope it answered some of your questions. I want to say to you, I love you. I love all of you, my divine family, soul family. And obviously, I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, share and comment. As I say always, namaste.